WKAR-TV presents QBjr. QBjr is made possible in part by General Motors Lansing Operations. View the entire collection of GM vehicles and other related services on the web at gm.com. And by viewers like you. Now, here's the host of QBjr, Matt Ottinger.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and welcome to QBjr. The middle school version of our Quizbusters game. Two schools from the Lansing area are going to do battle with us here. Friendly battle, we hope. We hope everybody's going to have a good time with us. Auto Middle School, the Windermere Park Charter Academy, our two teams playing today's game. Glad to have everybody with us, and we want to get right to the action. We'll get a chance to meet the players at halftime, of course, but they're going to get a chance to play the game right now. We start with our quick 10 toss-up questions to put the first points on the board. Good luck, everybody. The quick 10 begins with question 1. July 21st, 2007 was the publication date for what seventh and final book in the popular series by J.K. Rowling? Windermere Park, Sharia.
Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows.
That's the one, the last book in the Harry Potter series. Question 2. In June 2008, what storied franchise won its 17th NBA title by beating the Los Angeles Lakers 4-2? No basketball fans here. The Boston Celtics were that team. Question 3. The Spanish term for little fly gives us what blood-sucking insect's name? Otto Isaac.
Mosquito.
Mosquito. Little fly is right. Question 4. Golden and Labrador are two popular breeds of what type? Windermere Park, Taylor.
Dog.
More specific, please. No, I'm sorry, Taylor. The rest of that, Otto, what type of dog? Golden and Labrador are retrievers. Retrievers is the right answer. Question 5. What chemical element has exactly the same name as one of the planets? Otto, Sydney.
Mercury.
Mercury does. That's right. Plutonium and uranium are kind of close, although Pluto isn't even a planet anymore. Question 6. Multiply the base by the height and divide by 2 to find the area of what common Windermere Park, Judah?
A triangle.
A triangle. That's how you find the area of a triangle. Question 7. What large American city is known as Big D? Sharia, you're in time.
Detroit.
Not Detroit, no. Otto, any other D's you want to pick from? Richard.
Dallas.
It is Dallas. Big D is Dallas. That's right. Question 8. A total of 17 syllables broken up into 3 lines of 5, 7, and 5 syllables is the basic structure for what form of Otto, Sydney?
Haiku.
Japanese poetry was the last part I was going to say. Sydney got that off before I got there. Question 9. Jake T. Austin, David Henry, and Selena Gomez. Otto, Sydney.
Wizards of Waverly Place.
Star in what Disney Channel original series? Sydney knows the actors as well. Question 10. What second largest country in Asia is the most populous country? Windermere Park, Sharia.
China.
China is the most populous country in the world. Good playing there, guys. And you see a wide variety of stuff, from geography to science to Disney Channel TV show. All right, we're playing the general toss-up questions now. A little bit trickier, a little bit longer, but a correct answer leads to a bonus category where the teams can really score some points. Here we go, players. The first effort to build it was by the French around 1880, but their failure led to American efforts, which were finally completed in 1914. It is about 48 miles long, and those who use it save more than 9,000 miles on their trip. Name this man-made waterway, which cuts through an isthmus in Central America. Windermere Park, Taylor.
The Panama Canal.
Linking the Atlantic and the Pacific Oceans. That's exactly right. Taylor, you've got the toss-up, and you get the bonus for your team. Allison, you'll give me answers when you've talked to your teammates now. About 1709. Answer these questions from about events from 300 years ago. No big deal. Here we go. On February 2nd, Alexander Selkirk is rescued from shipwreck on a desert island, inspiring Daniel Defoe to write what book? I need your answer.
Treasure Island.
Not Treasure Island. No, the shipwreck on a desert island. Robinson Crusoe is what we were looking for. I think they were deciding between the two of them, and they picked wrong, unfortunately. Too bad. No points on that one. New toss-up for everybody. We're all back in. The back of one of these has one of 16 different designs, all unique to the 16 countries that use it. Ones issued in Ireland have a harp, for example. Italy's has a famous Da Vinci drawing. Spain's has a portrait of its king, and Austria's has an image of Mozart. The standard front design of this coin shows the number 1 and a map of all the countries that use what unifying currency, which debuted in 1999. Windermere Park, Sharia.
Euros?
Euros, that's exactly right. Took us all the way to the end, but Sharia put the clues together. And Windermere Park, once again, you've got the bonus. State quarters is your category this time. I'll describe, we went from coins to coins, that's a coincidence. I'll describe the back of a quarter. You tell me which state it represents. Simple as that. These are all from 1999, the first year the program went into effect. That might help you. First, live oak springs and a hanging banner with the state motto frame an outline of the state with a large peach inside. Georgia. Name the state. Georgia. You can just go ahead and tell me.
Georgia.
Georgia's right. You can buzz in if you want, if it makes you comfortable, but you don't have to. Georgia, of course, when you hear the peach. The second coin in the 50 States Quarter program depicts the statue Commonwealth, an outline of the state motto, and a keystone. Name that state.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania is the keystone state. That's right. The third coin in the 50 States Quarters program depicts General George Washington and members of the Colonial Army crossing the Delaware River en route to very important victories during the Revolutionary War. It also includes the phrase crossroads of the Revolution. Name that state.
Delaware?
It's not Delaware. You know, we mentioned the Delaware River in the clue, and that probably threw you. New Jersey is the state where Washington crossed the Delaware to get to New Jersey. All right, 20 points on that one, so you've got a 20-point lead in the game. We've got pop quiz here with an interesting letter combination. We'll see how this works. T-Y. T-Y begins all the correct words and phrases that will lead to some points here. For Isaac from Otto and Sharia from Windermere Park, our first two players. Isaac and Sharia, T-Y, here are your first questions. A rich business leader or powerful Sharia.
Tycoon.
Tycoon is the right answer. Next, to press buttons on a keyboard. Sharia.
Type.
To type, that's right, quick on that one. Finally, the Vice President of the United States who became president after the death of James Garfield. And that president is John Tyler, T-Y-L-E-R. Keturah now from Otto and Judah from Windermere Park. An oppressive or cruel ruler or master. We call that person a tyrant if he's oppressive and cruel and mean. Next, the part of the Mediterranean Sea between the Italian mainland and Corsica, Sardinia, and Sicily. That's a hard one. That's part of the Mediterranean there is the Tyrrhenian Sea. That's a really hard one. Final question for Keturah and Judah. A violent cyclone occurring in the South Pacific. Judah.
Tycoon?
No, I'm sorry, it's not a tycoon. Keturah, any idea? No, it's a typhoon is the name. Yeah, Judah had the right idea, but we'd already used the tycoon for its definition. Richard now from Otto and Allison from Windermere Park. A mischievous child. A tyke, T-Y-K-E is the word. Next, to place an actor in the same kinds of roles over and over so that the audience comes to identify the actor closely with those sorts of parts. We're struggling with these. That's to typecast somebody. Final question. The brand name of the acetaminophen tablet product, Allison.
Tylenol.
Tylenol is that product used as an alternative to aspirin. We go to Sydney now from Otto and Taylor from Windermere Park. The company, which is the world's largest processor and marketer of beef, pork, and especially chicken in the United States. Taylor.
Tyson.
Tyson Foods, chicken, you associate them with chicken, that's right. Next, a set of 2 or more kettle drums played by one person in an orchestra. You've got timpani drums in the orchestra. Final question. An enormous, 2-footed, carnivorous dinosaur. Sydney.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Tyrannosaurus Rex is the one. That's good for 10 points, and that's our quiz. All right, right, I was afraid some of those were awfully tough. We'll hope for a better set of letters and a better set of clues on the second pop quiz. Let's move on now. 50-point lead for Windermere Park. A new toss-up for everybody. This type of bear is classified as a vulnerable species with 5 of its... Otto Richard.
Grizzly.
I'm sorry, that's not the right answer. Windermere Park, you get to hear the whole question. You can't confer, but buzz in when you think you know. This type of bear is classified as a vulnerable species with 5 of its 19 subpopulations in decline. They swim faster than any other 4-footed animal. They've been tracked at speeds up to 6 miles an hour and have been seen in open water as far as 320 miles from land. Their thick layer of fat keeps them, Taylor.
Polar bear.
Polar bear. Once you hear the obvious clues, we go to polar bear for that one. Windermere Park bonus for you, biographies. I'll give you a title or a subtitle to a book from the Scholastic Biographies series. You name the subject of the biography, the person the biography is about. First, from the back of the bus to the front of a movement.
Rosa Parks.
Rosa Parks, of course, is right. Next, Helen Keller's teacher.
Anne Sullivan.
Anne Sullivan is right. You knew that one. Finally, for 20, the man who would not be king. And I need your answer.
Martin Luther King.
Not Martin Luther King. Not a bad guess with the word king in there, but we were going a completely different direction. George Washington was offered the ability to be king early in our independence and said, no, no, thank you, we'll do the president thing instead. So he was the man who would not be king. 20 points for that one, 140 your total. We've got a new toss-up players. This 19th century Scottish-born inventor considered his most famous invention an intrusion on his scientific work and refused to have one in his study. His father, grandfather, and brother had all been associated with work on elocution and speech, and both his mother and wife were deaf, all of which influenced his life's work. His research on hearing and speech led him to experiment with hearing devices, which eventually culminated in 1876 with what inventor being awarded the first U.S. patent for the telephone? Windermere Park, Taylor.
Alexander Graham Bell.
I think you were holding on to that in your head for a second then. As soon as you heard telephone, you knew it was right. That's good, Taylor. For 10 points, Windermere Park, you've got the category. State name origins. We did well with the state quarters before. State name origins this time, the way the states got their names. First, this state was given a Spanish name by Ponce de Leon, who landed there during Easter and noticed all the beautiful flowers. Name the state.
Florida.
Florida, that's right. This state's name comes from a Spanish word for red. It was first given to the river of the same name because of its reddish color. Name that state.
Texas.
Not Texas, no. Heading off in the right direction of the country, Colorado is the one that has the red color. But you got the first one, you got Florida for 10, and you moved up to a 100-point lead in the game. Windermere Park's got 160, Otto's on the board with 60. Two good teams playing our game today. And we want to find out about each of them and what brings them here and what they do when they're not here and all that stuff. Let's begin with the team from Otto. And Isaac, you're on the hot seat. You'll go first for us. Tell us about yourself.
My name is Isaac Milan. I'm from Otto Middle School. I play the clarinet and band, and I enjoy spending time with my family, and I would like to say hi to my little brothers. Very good, Isaac, and that's a good thing to enjoy, too. Katura, welcome.
Hi, my name is Katura Horner. I'm 11, and I go to Otto, and I like to play softball.
Okay, terrific, Katura. Thank you for being with us and playing our game. Richard is the captain.
My name is Richard Meredith. I go to Otto Middle School. I'm an 8th grader there. I play the saxophone in the band, and I enjoy playing soccer.
Okay, very good, Richard. And finally, let's hear from Sydney.
Hi, my name is Sydney James. I'm an 8th grader at Otto Middle School. I enjoy writing poetry.
Okay, very good, Sydney. Thank you for coming. And we have a couple of alternates which showed up, who showed up as well. They are Desharla Molina and Lemuel Fisher. The advisors for Otto are Sheila Nash and Charles Horner. And let me get all of it. It's the Patriot Eagles of Windermere Park Charter Academy, beginning with Sharia.
Hi, I'm Sharia Lundy. I'm 13. I'm an 8th grader at Windermere Park. I enjoy reading and drawing, and I want to give a shout out to my brother in Washington, D.C.
Terrific. I'm sure he can watch this online, as a matter of fact. So good. Judah, welcome.
My name's Judah Rogers. I'm an 8th grader at Windermere Park. I'm 14. I enjoy playing video games, and I want to be a surgeon when I grow up.
Terrific, Judah. Good luck to you there. And now we change shirts, and we go to the blue shirts now, and Allison is the captain.
Hi, my name is Allison Judd. I'm a 7th grader at
Windermere Park Charter Academy, and I like to read and hang out with my friends.
Terrific, Allison. Thank you for being with us and spending some time in our studio. And finally, Taylor.
Hi, I'm Taylor Saltman. I'm a 7th grader at Windermere Park. I'm 13. I like to show goats for 4-H.
Okay.
I'm the oldest of 3. I like to say happy birthday to my mom, and I love you, Nolan Bug.
Terrific, Taylor. Very good. The alternates for Windermere Park Charter Academy are Anthony Therian and Kara Shattuck. The advisors are Mary Harding and Les Smits. Some fun students. Hopefully they're having fun as they're playing our game. We're throwing a lot of interesting material at them and at you, and of course we'll continue to do that in our second half. Pop quiz halfway through, lightning round at the end, players. New toss-up for everybody. Let's get back to it here. It was founded in 1971, and today it travels to Vancouver, Toronto, and Montreal in addition to its many U.S. cities. In 2009, it received $1.2 billion for infrastructure upgrades, a move championed by Joe Biden, who used the system frequently to travel between Washington, D.C. and Delaware while a senator. Name this U.S. transportation service, which is operated by the National Railroad Passenger Corporation. Windermere Park, Allison.
Subway?
Not the subway, no. Otto, anybody got a guess? Yeah, I don't think that they may. Amtrak is what we're looking for. That's the name of the, yeah, a lot of you nod with that. Yeah, I couldn't quite come up with it. Amtrak, the answer. New toss-up, players. Both Tennessee and Missouri have examples of this kind of music as their state songs. Other famous ones in classical music are the Minute One, written by Frédéric Chopin, and the Blue Danube, written by Johann Strauss Jr., who was famously referred to as the king of this kind of music. What is this musical form commonly danced to and almost always performed in 3/4 time? Otto, Richard.
Jazz?
It's not jazz, no. Windermere Park. Anybody? Taylor?
Folk.
No, waltz. Waltz is what I wanted. Classical waltzing. New toss-up players. We'll get one of these. He taught farmers in the South to rotate their crops in order to increase their yield. Born in Missouri of slave parents, he became world famous for his agricultural research. His Windermere Park, Taylor.
George Washington Carver.
You got that one just fine. Developed 75 products from pecans, 108 from sweet potatoes, and most famously, 325 from peanuts. Windermere Park, bonus for you. Famous hair. Answer these questions about famous figures of myth, legend, and literature, and I guess I have to read this, who all have a lot more hair than I do, is what this says. First question, Windermere Park. Name the fairy tale character who was trapped by a witch in a tall tower in the woods. Go ahead, Allison. Say it.
Rapunzel.
It's a bonus. Remember, you don't have to, you can wait for me to finish, talk to your friends, but of course you're right, Rapunzel. Next one. Medusa was the most famous of 3 mythological Greek characters known as the Gorgons, who all had what growing from their heads instead of hair?
Snakes.
Snakes is right. In the Bible, Samson was a hero of ancient Israel, known for his extraordinary strength, which derived in part from his hair. Name the Philistine woman who had Samson's hair cut, depriving him temporarily of his fabled strength.
Delilah.
Delilah is the right answer. Judah helped you with that one, and that's good for 20 points. And a sweep of the category. And after a slow start to the second half in terms of the toss-ups, we got the whole bonus category answered correctly on Windermere Park's side. We have our second pop quiz now. 2 letters once again, players. I think these will play a little bit better, though. G-A will begin all correct responses now. G-A. Isaac from Otto and Sharia from Windermere Park start things off for us. A vegetable bulb made up of several small cloves. Stronger, Sharia.
Garlic.
Garlic is in cloves, that's right. Said to keep vampires away, the rest of that. Next. Jim Davis's cartoon cat. Sharia.
Garfield.
Garfield. When you know it, you know it. You were sure when it hit you, wasn't it? Final question. To wash the throat with a liquid kept, Sharia.
Gargle.
To gargle. Nicely done, Sharia. 3 in a row for you. Keturah now from Otto and Judah from Windermere Park. The male goose. A male goose is a gander. That's the GA. Next. A standard measure of something, especially of the thickness of wire or the diameter of bullets. Bullets are measured in gauges, G-A-U-G-E, gauge. Finally, any structured activity undertaken for enjoyment with rules, challenges, and goals, such as what you're playing right now. Judah.
Game.
You're playing a game. That's right, G-A-M-E. Sometimes it's really simple words. Richard from Otto now, Allison from Windermere Park. The ageless white-bearded wizard in Allison.
Gandalf.
She knows her stuff. She said she reads Gandalf from the Lord of the Rings trilogy and The Hobbit, of course. Next, a usually grotesque human or animal form, especially one seen as a decoration on top of a Gothic piece of architecture. Allison.
Gargoyle.
Gargoyle is the right word. Good job on a tough one. Finally, the room, usually attached to a house but often separate, in which a car is kept. Allison.
Garage.
Garage is right. Allison got all three of those there. Sydney now from Otto. Taylor from Windermere Park. Any piece of ground where flowers or vegetables are grown. Sydney's first.
Garden.
Garden is right. Next, the Italian astronomer and physicist who discovered several. Taylor.
Galileo.
Galileo Galilei discovered several of Jupiter's moons. Final one. 3.785 liters. Taylor.
Grams.
Not gram. No, I'm sorry. Sydney, 3.785 liters? No. A gallon. Gallon is the answer that I needed. For that last one, we sort of tricked you on that. All right, players, the next time we hear the fanfare, we're going to the lightning round. We have a couple more toss-ups until we get there. Here comes one now, players. Everybody's in for this. This song, commonly regarded as the unofficial anthem of the American West, is the state song of Kansas, and its well-known title was used for a 2004 Disney animated feature. Deer, antelope, and buffalo are mentioned in the first Windermere Park. Taylor.
Home on the Range.
Home on the Range. First to the what song about a place where seldom is heard a discouraging word. World disasters is your bonus category, Windermere Park. In what world city did a major fire occur in each of the following years? I'll give you the year, you give me the city. Major fire. First, 1871. I need your answer.
London.
Not London. There was a great fire in London a long time before that, but 1871 was here in the United States in Chicago, the great Chicago fire we were looking for that time. Yeah. All right, no points on that one. You got 300. New toss-up players. Organized during World War II, they were originally called Underwater Demolition Teams, or UDTs. Now, they have a name that's a shortened form of the words sea, air, land, reminding us that these warriors can fight anywhere they're needed. What is the name of this special Windermere Park, Allison?
Navy SEALs.
Navy SEALs is right. Special Operations Force, which shares its name with an aquatic mammal. Universities this time, Windermere Park. You don't have to worry about college for several more years, but we'd like to find out if you know where they are. I'll name a city. You tell me the state college that's located there. Every time your answer will be the state, a state from you, the state college which is located in each of the following cities. Your first one is Gainesville. And I need an answer.
Georgia.
Not Georgia, not a bad guess. You're close to it. Gainesville is where the University of Florida is located. Tough break on that one, but I think you've pulled out a pretty strong lead here. We're going to go to our last 60 seconds. Our lightning round, and everybody wants to get in a few more times and put a few more correct answers on the board. 10 points when the players are right. We take away 10 points now when they give us a wrong answer. They all know that. 60 seconds on the lightning round clock. The lightning round begins now. On a standard piano, 36 of the keys are what color? Allison.
White.
Wrong. Quonset Point, Newport, and Providence are all port cities in what state? Time. Burmese and Persian are breeds of what common house pet? Sharia.
Cat.
Right. What fictional detective lived at 221B Baker Street? Sharia.
Sherlock Holmes.
Right. What three-letter word can be a writing implement and an enclosure for animals? Isaac.
Pound.
Wrong. Of the five, clear that. Next question. Of the 5 common vowels, which one comes last alphabetically? Katura.
U.
Right. What is the standard monetary unit of Japan? Time. Margaret Thatcher was the first woman to hold what position in Great Britain? Time, name the Texas sport that was overrun by Santa Anna in 1836. And time is up. That's the end of our game. But Windermere Park, you're our winners today. Congratulations. We had trouble with those. There's 88 keys, so 36 would be less, and that would make them the black ones, not the white ones. Providence is one of the cities I mentioned. It's the capital of Rhode Island. A three-letter word that's a writing implement and an enclosure for animals. Oh, they can see on the camera there is a pen. Yen is the standard monetary unit of Japan. Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, that's the position. The Alamo was the Texas fort that was overrun by, yeah, I know, it's frustrating, isn't it? That's a tough break because you get a couple wrong and you're afraid to come in on the next ones, and I knew you knew a lot of these. That's too bad. Otto, they were just a little faster than you. That's all this was. You got a few right answers in for us. We hope you had a good time with us. We hope to see you back here when you're in high school. Some of you, of course, are 7th graders, might even join us next year on QBjr, Windermere Park. Congratulations to you. 320, a good score. I hope you had fun with us as well. We hope to see some of you here when you get older and play in our high school game. That's it for us today. Thank you for watching. You can find out a lot more about QBjr, Quizbusters, and all the programming here at WKAR by checking out our website, www.wkar.org. Thank you so much for watching QBjr, and for all of us, I'm Matt Ottinger. Enjoy.
QBjr is made possible in part by General Motors Lansing operations. View the entire collection of GM vehicles and other related services on the web at gm.com. And by viewers like you. For more information about QBjr or any of WKAR's locally produced series or specials, visit our website at wkar.org.